Kia ora koutou, no mai haere mai, and welcome to Frogs on Friday. So we've got a great show lined up for you today. So first up in Mahi Media, we're taking a bit of a deep dive into average pay rates by gender and ethnicity. As always, we'll take a look at some of the hot jobs across New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. And nominations for the 2024 Diversity Awards are now open. So I'm thrilled to be joined today by Head of Marketing and Communications at Diversity Works NZ, Sheryl Blythen, to discuss the 2024 Diversity Awards and really to discuss the importance of celebrating excellence in the workplace and diversity, equity, and inclusion across Aotearoa. And as always, we'll finish off with our social media poll results. So let's jump straight into Mahi Media. Okay, so last month in our International Women's Day edition of the show, we checked in to see progress on gender pay gaps in Aotearoa, and it was really encouraging to see that the overall gap has reduced to its lowest level of 8.6%, and that's down from 16.3% when we first started recording these levels of that gap back in 1998. However, although we are traveling in the right direction, of course, there's still a way to go to be able to eliminate that gap. And there are some significant ethnic disparities as well. So take a look at the graph that's popped up on screen there. Now, this one's specifically looking at public sector average salaries, but we do see similar trends across the private sector, particularly with Pacific women earning the lowest average salaries, despite one of the largest percent increases year on year. So the Pacific pay gap, so that's the difference between average pay for Pacific and non-Pacific employees, reduced from 17.7% down to 16.6%. So again, moving in the right direction, but there's still plenty of mahi to be done to achieve pay parity. And I guess just leading in, that's another reason to be able to celebrate the excellent work organisations are doing in the DEI space. But before we talk more about the 2024 Diversity Awards, let's take a look at some of the hot jobs on offer this week. Okay, so first up we have a personal or executive assistant role. This one's based in Wellington in the CBD. Now there is quite a range of the salaries there depending on experience. So this one, you're providing a wide range of secretarial support, covering things like diary management, travel coordination, of course, organising meetings, all of your usual duties within an executive assistant role. For this, you will need experience in something similar and really to be able to be a whiz at multitasking and being able to manage and deal with a high workload. For this, if you're interested in this or similar types of roles, get in touch with Chitra from our Wellington team. Okay, and our other role for NZ for the week is a management accountant. This one's based in the CBD in Auckland, ranging between 100 to 140k. So for this, preferably they're looking for someone with CA or CPA qualifications. And it really is about an emphasis on budget formulation, is willing to be able to predict those trends going forward and to support the business. If you're interested in this or other accounting and finance roles, get in touch with Jessica Botha from our Auckland team. Let's have a look at our overseas roles. Okay, so we've always got a variety of roles coming up for our London team. So customer service support position. Again, if you are interested in making the move over to the UK, doing a big OE, feel free to get in touch with any of our lovely team over in London, or check in with the New Zealand team and we will gladly point you in the right direction. Okay, let's have a look at our Australian job of the week.
Seeking a role with growth, lifestyle balance, and a social-friendly team? Join this dynamic, exciting organisation that is currently recruiting for multiple different areas. From warehousing and assembly line work to customer service, you can find your spot in this organisation. Our client is a worldwide leader in biomedical devices that work closely with a number of Perth's largest hospitals, located just north of the Perth CBD and closely located to public transportation. And these are both full-time permanent positions. If you're looking to join the team, you must demonstrate strong customer service and interpersonal skills, experience with Microsoft Office, and an interest in biomedicine and a valid driver's license. They provide ongoing training and development and are a social and close-knit team with flexible working hours and opportunity to work from home. It's a great opportunity to get your foot in the door into a career. And if you're interested in this role like this, you can please get in touch with me by calling 0861606206 or sending me an email at rachela@peopletopeople.com.au.
I want to acknowledge the leadership that is present in this room. I want to honour the collective energy that is gathering that dares to make our country a place where everybody belongs.
Thank you. What a wonderful evening. I have thoroughly enjoyed hearing about what all you amazing people are doing, and I'm learning so much.
I wasn't brought up in a Kia Māori Mataranga Māori way, but I'm now deeply connected to it, and I wouldn't have had that without Toimai. Sorry.
For Māori staff to have their culture walking beside them and in them and through them while they're doing their mahi, that is a profoundly sensitive thing for us to be experiencing.
Our organisation is about a whole lot of different communities, different individuals coming together. We're banging our tuku on the whenua to say, hey, this is who New Zealand Rugby is.
It's really rare to be involved in work that you can see making a difference to people. I see our people succeeding, and it makes me emotional that they potentially wouldn't have had the same opportunities otherwise.
Everybody here that's here to make a change for Aotearoa, the change is long overdue, and tonight is an indication. There's a lot of people in this room who have said that that's enough and it's time to make a real change.
To all of our finalists and to our award recipients, your efforts not only enrich your workplaces and communities, but they serve as a reminder that, indeed, change is possible when we unite behind a common purpose.
Wow, how powerful and inspiring, and that's just the promo. So pleased to be joined here today by Sheryl Blythen to celebrate the 2024 Diversity Awards that are coming up. But before we jump into the awards, could you tell us a little bit about Diversity Works NZ?
Absolutely, kia ora, and thanks for having me. It's exciting to be here to talk about us and our program. Diversity Works New Zealand is the national body for workplace equity, diversity, equity and inclusion, and we exist to support organisations to do inclusion well and do well because of it. We've been around for 30 years. We actually started out as the Equal Employment Opportunities Trust. The name was changed about 8 years ago to reflect the broader scope of the work we do as a result of the way New Zealand's demographics have changed and the challenges around workplace inclusion have changed in the past 20 or so years. So we're a partnership between government and employers. We have around 700 member organisations across Aotearoa. We have lots of training and resources available to any workplace via our website, but membership gives you access to more online tools, more information, and this amazing online community of people who are doing this mahi, who you can ask for advice. So that's really important. But we really see our main role as being the glue that connects all the stakeholders in this mahi. We, whether that's workplaces, groups advocating for particular marginalised communities, or some of the experts that organisations work with, like accessibility tech or workplace literacy providers and that. So bringing everyone together to create a real movement for change.
Oh, that's fantastic. And now Frog Recruitment has been a member for many years.
Yes.
And you're saying that chance to bring people together. So I think in the last, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so, you've brought in the forum. So it's just really great to see that others are out there just trying to work it out and, you know, step in the right direction, but realize that we don't all have the answers straight away, and to be able to lean in on each other to help each other on those journeys is really great.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, why would you say that it's important to showcase and to celebrate organisations' diversity and inclusion across New Zealand?
I think firstly because our finalists and our winners in our awards program are really demonstrating best practice in this mahi. So by shining a light on their work through the awards, we can inspire other organisations to and show them how they might make a difference in their workplaces and to become more inclusive. So we have case studies of all our finalists and winners on the website, which are publicly available for anyone to learn from. So that's one reason. And then I think the second thing is that this work can be really hard. Like sometimes progress feels like it's happening really slowly and there's always more to do. So we think it's really important that at least once a year, we take a minute to celebrate how far we have come and the initiatives that are really making a difference in the lives of the people in our organisations. And even the process of putting an entry together is uplifting because you're forced to look back on everything you've done for that initiative or that strategy and the positive impacts it's had in your organisation.
Fantastic. Now, I understand that this year that there's a new category being introduced, the Respectful Culture Award. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why that's come into the mix?
Absolutely. We also have an inclusive workplace award, and what we found is that was our most popular category. But we were getting a real mix of entries. We were getting some that detailed overall strategies on how people were creating cultures of inclusion, and then other entries that were focusing on specific initiatives for a non-dominant group in their workplace. So rather to make it basically simpler for our entrants and our judges, we've split that category into two. So the new Respectful Workplace category will be for entries that focus on overall culture transformation. So, or initiatives that might look at your approach to teamwork, communication, decision making, and employee relationships, and any entries that are around managing bullying and harassment or workplace conflict, which is in this new category. Then we look at the inclusive workplace category can then just become for initiatives that target those specific non-dominant groups in your workplace. And depending on your workplace, that could be women in a real male-dominated sector. It could be the rainbow community, people with disabilities, neurodiverse people, or even an ethnic group that's underrepresented in your workplace.
Fantastic. So even more chances to be able to showcase and I guess share your experiences and good news stories about the journey there.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so if people, this sounds like an excellent thing to be involved with, and really to highlight the work that's being done in this space. If people are wanting to get involved and to enter the awards, how does it all work? How do they do this?
Right. So the first place to go is our website, which is diversityworksnz.org.nz. It's got all the information on the 5 categories that organisations can enter, plus our Diversity Champion Award, and we have an Impact Award for organisations that are impacting a broader number of workplaces across New Zealand. So it's got frequently asked questions as well, which gives you a lot of guidance on which category you should be entering and how to prepare your entry. We've also just posted a webinar that our Chief Executive, Marietta Smith, ran. That's an awards entry assistance webinar with even more guidance. So you can go and have a look at that. And then once you're ready to start, it's just a matter of following the link to our entry platform. Entries close on Tuesday, the 16th of April at 3 p.m. My advice is not to leave it till the last minute because you don't want to be scrambling for all the information and photos and things that we need.
Well, and that's traditional, isn't it? To leave that last minute panic.
Absolutely, but I have to say that, so that makes it but also, it makes it easier for everyone. But also, if you have any questions once you have had a look at the website, we're happy to help, and you can get in touch with our team at awards@diversityworksnz.org.nz.
Beautiful. Well, Ngā mihi, thanks so much for joining us today, and really fantastic awards to get involved with, and really love the mahi that you're doing every day, all day. Let's go through and have a look at the social media polls from last week. Okay, so we asked, in your performance review at the end of 2023, did you receive a pay increase or any new benefits? So, bit of a, I guess it was going to be disappointing news for a lot of people there. So, 63% said no, they did not. It's not all that surprising. So, we know that we were starting to see those pressures, and particularly businesses were starting to see those pressures. And plus we had some kind of unprecedented wage increases across the rest of 2023. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in another unsettled market this year as well. So, fingers crossed for that one. Let's have a look at our poll for this week. So in the last 12 months, has your workplace included new diversity or inclusion initiatives? So hopefully we're going to have some positive results from there. And as always, we'd love to hear your stories and experiences as well. So feel free to add them into the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, so that is it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us again. Ngā mihi nui, and hope to see you next week.